right, race fans, 24 Midwest Mod races this past weekend. Let's get to Ryan's recap, and then we'll get to this week's power rankings. Grand Rapids Speedway this past Thursday night, Tyler Kittner, he parked at Victory Lane. Easy win for him from 7th, his 6th of the year, and right now he's the guy to beat up north. KRA Speedway over in Wilmer, Brandon Merworth, he got his 4th of the year. Look for him to kind of heat up a little bit. Doesn't race a ton, but when he does, he's up front. Tri-County Speedway over in Washek, Brennan Wade, he doubled up. So not only did he win Thursday night out over in Washek, but then he went down to the Brown County Speedway in Aberdeen. He parked in Victory Lane. Brendan Waite's a guy we had our eyes on kind of at the beginning of the year with farming. I think farming, he didn't get out right away, but that's 4 on the year for him. Look for him to start stacking wins. Now let's head way out west. The Mountain States Mod Tour, I was really looking forward to this. Super bummed it wasn't streamed, but I wanted to see. This was going to tell a story, and it sure did. It was absolutely the Tony Liker show. 4 for 4. He swept both nights over at the Big Sky Speedway in Billings, and he won both nights at Sheridan. That's 6 in a row for the 18. He's on fire out west. Chateau Speedway, Adam Martinson, he scored his first win of the year down in Lansing, keeping Caden Kath out of Victory Lane. Kath seemed to start 4th row. He's always there. I think he got to 2nd in this one, but Martinson, he parked it in Victory Lane. Now let's head over to the Eagle Valley Speedway. Josh Smith, he got his 2nd of the year. It had been a long time since he won prior to his first one, but he got it done from 7th. Now, a side note here, Tommy Richards, 13th to 2nd. It must have been a pretty darn good racetrack out there in Jimtown. Pretty excited for Christmas in July coming up this Friday night. Fiesta City Speedway, Derek Reek, he parked it in Victory Lane. Another win for Reek. He's had a solid year. Sounds to me like Darren Engesser, who got a win last weekend, it sounds like he went for a wild ride. I hope he's okay. Sounds like the car wasn't in good shape. Gondik Law Speedway, 16-year-old 4th generation racer, Jack Reboard. He got his 2nd of the year. Got one earlier in the year over at the ABC Raceway. Big weekend coming up. He ran good in Ashland as well. Keep an eye on him this weekend out at the Border Battle. I-94 Sure Step Speedway, Ron Sauer, he got his 1st of the year. Between him and Trevor and Travis, those Sauers win a bunch of races. And I want to just give a shout out. Brock Grunwald put on a hell of a show, and he came from dead last because he missed the heat. He was up at River City Speedway, of course. They rained out. He came back down, missed the heat, came from last to 2nd, got a flat, changed it, which a lot of people don't do that anymore. Came back up, got to 2nd again, almost won. Great show there, great track over at Fergus Falls. SK Speedway, Mike Widman, he makes it 5 of 6 over there in Unity. This is a guy that I haven't really seen him race in person, but when you start stacking wins like that, it's somebody I'm going to keep an eye on a little bit closer. ABC Raceway over in Ashland, 8th starting Tyler Vernon. He made it 2 in a row over at the ABC Raceway. Side note, Reboard, who I just talked about, he went from 10th to 2nd over there. I'm excited to see both these guys. Vernon's and Reboards have been around racing for a long time. Hibbing Raceway, Hibbing, Minnesota. Mike Blevins, he got his 1st of the year in Hibbing, 2nd of the year overall, holding Tyler Kittner to a 2nd place finish. And like I said before, it's going to be Kittner and Blevins up north. Blevins got her done Saturday night. Jamestown Speedway, Kelly Hagel, I believe it is. I don't have it written down. I can't read my own writing. He got his 1st since 2018 out west in North Dakota. Some stout field of cars out there. Of course, a couple of them missed because they were planning on racing the Rebel Midwest Mod Tour, but a great win for him nonetheless. Madison Speedway, Justin Van Epps, he puts the 10 in Victory Lane. I think this is his 2nd or 3rd on the year over in western Minnesota. Congratulations to the 10 ride. Miller Central Speedway, 19-year-old Dawson Zabel. He got his 1st of the year out in Miller. And, you know, when you're racing against Adam Brotherton, they don't come very easy out there. So congratulations to Zabel. I believe he's a 2nd-generation guy. Somebody might have to clarify this, but I think Dwayne maybe is his dad. I don't know if that's an uncle or a dad, but I ran against, I think it was Dwayne Zabel in the Super Stock. So great to see him in Victory Lane. The Ogilvy Raceway, Jason Vandekamp. He parked in Victory Lane. Another big win over at the Big O. Of course, doubled up at the Minnesota Mod Nationals. A little side note here, Benson got to the inside of him, Looked like he was going to take the lead. Didn't clear him, showed him a little bit too early. Vandy Camp went to the bottom, never looked back. But Travis Schulte, the 3T ride, 16th to 2nd. That's impressive. A great racing service over in Ogilvie, Minnesota. Now, let's head over to the Viking Speedway, Alexandria, Minnesota. Josh Music got his first win since 2017. I can't even believe it was that long. And he punched his ticket to the AFCO Race of Champions. Congratulations, Buzz. Bemidji Speedway, Sunday night, Wyatt Boyum. There's a kid that's been running really good. Another second-generation driver. He's had some signs of speed. He's had some really good runs. Just hadn't parked at Victory Lane. But that win in Bemidji got him in the big dance at the Race of Champions as well. Casino Speedway, Zach Benson made a rare appearance over to Watertown, and he actually snuck by Mikey Nichols to get her done, punched his ticket to the Race of Champions. Benson's been red hot. I was kind of surprised to see him head west, but that showed me something when he did. Cheyenne Speedway, Jarrett Carter. Now, he had one in hand a couple weeks ago. A lack of maintenance got the better of him. That didn't happen this time. He got redemption. He parked at Victory Lane, his first of the year. Great to see my buddy Jarrett Carter get a win out there in Lisbon. So let's get to it. The June 30th edition of the BuyRaceShirts.com Midwest Mod Power Rankings, brought to you by our friends at RHR Swag. At number 10, Caden Calf. 7th to 2nd this week at Chateau. He starts 4th row every single night. He's always in the top 3, 10 podiums and 4 wins on the year. Calf is solid at number 10. Number 9, Adam Brotherton. A solid week, but no wins for Brotherton. A 2nd and 2 4th place finishes. 6 wins on the year. The 14 is solid. I mean, between him and Nichols, they're the 2 best right now in South Dakota. So the 14 at number 9. Speaking of Nichols, number 8, Mike Nichols. Yep, I dropped him a bunch. I mean, he's quality, but he just ain't racing enough. If he was racing more, I think he'd be higher. Plus, Benson came to his home turf and beat him. That had to sting a little bit, but he's a good sport about it. Mike Nichols is one of my favorite guys to watch in Midwest Mod Racing. Hopefully he races a little bit more, but we'll see how that works out. He's solid in the top 10, though, at number 8. Number 7, Tyler Kittner. 7th to 1st and 8th to 2nd this week. 6 wins on the year, and he's hot up north. He's literally the top driver up in Minnesota. Like, I guess you'd be looking at Hibbing, Grand Rapids, probably Proctor. I mean, he's the guy to beat up there. I'm really intrigued to see what the 22 has for him over at the Gondikla Speedway this weekend at the Border Battle. Number 6, Jason Vandekamp. 6 wins, including an impressive win again over in Ogilvie, a slight edge over Kittner. Those 2 should be going head-to-head, and maybe with a couple of the guys I'm talking about next, but they should be going head-to-head up in Superior this weekend, so keep an eye on Vandy. Number 5, Brock Grunwald. Last to 2nd twice over at the Fergus Falls this weekend, so great run for him. It's been a little bit since he's won, but he's been solid. The Rebel Midwest Mod point leader, 5 wins, and this guy can go on a tear at any time. The 2G at number 5. Number 4, Troy Liker. He slipped a little bit, kind of a rough weekend for Troy. He had a pair of podiums, a 2nd and a 3rd. Sounds like he had a flat, had an altercation, I believe, with another guy that he got put to the back. I didn't see the tape, so I don't know the details there. I mean, he's still rock solid in the top 5 at number 4. The next guys are just a little bit better. Number 3, Lucas Rodin. A pair of 2nds this week for the Nightmare. 7 wins. I was super excited to see this guy this past weekend at the Rebel Midwest Mod Tour, and all of them rained out. Mother Nature ruined it for all of us, but Rodin solid at number 3. Number 2, Zach Benson. Another win this week at Watertown puts him at number 7. I expect to see him in Superior this weekend. He's ran well up there when he's been up in Superior. Benson making a surprise visit, of course, over to the Casino Speedway in Watertown. He's extremely solid, extremely fast, and I'm anxious to see him up in Superior. And at number 1, Tony Liker. All I can say is, wow. 4 for 4 at the Mountain States Mod Tour out west. Pair of wins at Big Sky, pair of wins at Sheridan. 6 straight wins for this guy. Now get this, 9 wins, 4 seconds in 13 starts. Tony Liker, he's jumping all the way to number 1 in the 18 ride in the June 30th edition of the buyraceshirts.com Midwest Mod Power Rankings, powered by RHR Swag.